Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and while you're at it, click the bell to be notified of future videos. This block I just call scraps because it's made up completely of scraps, and it's 18-inch finished. Here's the diagram, and I didn't want to use the smaller 2-inch finished squares, so that's why I made it an 18-inch block. I used 3-inch finished squares and half-square triangles. Literally every single one of the units in here I had in my scrap container. So here's the diagram, and we have half-square triangles with a light and a dark background, and then a few half-square triangles with 2 dark backgrounds. And then we have a few squares of the background fabric. Here are what 4 blocks look like, block to block, and I think this would be just an excellent scrap quilt. The grid is a 6x6 grid, so we have 6 units across and 6 units down. And each unit is either a half-square triangle or a square, and they both finish at 3 inches. Here are the 2 patches we're going to cut, the 3-inch finished half-square triangle and the 3-inch finished square. There are AccuQuilt dies that will cut these pieces. And then here are the cutting instructions for just cutting patches. And the instructions are simple. We're just going to make the half-square triangles, then put the block together. I've got an option down here for you. If you want to make a 12-inch finished block and you have leftover or you have scraps of 2.5-inch cut half-square triangles, then you can, here are the instructions for making the 12-inch block. It will look the same way, but it will just be smaller. Here are the half-square triangles with the light background, and I've got a mixture of fabrics in the light and the dark sides. Here are the squares for the background, and these are some low-volume prints. And then these are 4 half-square triangles that are dark fabrics on each side. Now we're just going to look at the diagram on the instructions that can be downloaded in the description below this video. And I found it easier to put a piece of paper or a piece of fabric under the row you're working on. That way it's less confusing. Now I'll start at the top and lay it out. Now you can't see the whole thing, but we're just going to start with the 1 row and sew all the units together in each row. Press all of the seams and then sew all of the rows together. So you'll have 6 units across, and then you'll have 6 rows to piece. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and while you're at it, click the bell to be notified of future videos.